YouTube, it's Verdicts here, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary today, and this one is going to be a little special as I got a special guest here with me today. So you want to introduce yourself real quick?
What's up, everybody? It's GamBiT here, and yes, this is going to be a dual comm, and we are playing, what are we playing? We are playing CTF on Comm, where we both go ham. I think it was like 7-0, or like 7-0 in flag cap. And this is like we just straight demolished verdicts. It was crazy.
Yeah, I went 48-13, and GamBiT went 43-13. This is my gameplay, by the way, so that you guys don't get confused as to who you're watching. So today we want to talk about the CoD Championships and a little bit about how that worked out through Dallas and how the placings worked there. So I'm just going to start off and name the top 8 teams from Dallas who, because of that, are going to be qualifying for the CoD Championships. So the top 8 in this order are Farico, Unite, VVV, Complexity, Optic, NVS, Soar, and Quantic. And that is the 8 teams that will be qualifying for CoD Championships through Dallas. But because of the fact that you could also qualify for the CoD Championships through League Play, which both Complexity and Quantic did, 2 more teams got their chance to qualify in a round-robin tournament. And those 2 teams that qualified are Fear and Donut Shop. So the 10 teams I just named are going to be going to Dallas as well. What you got to say, GamBiT?
Well, basically I want to talk about CoD Championships and how that's going to work. So that falls on the weekend of April 5th to 7th, I'm pretty sure. And in the whole thing, in the tournament, right, this is not your normal tournament. This is an event put on by some of the biggest names, Treyarch, Activision. You know, there's huge support behind it. So it's going to be like double of what Dallas is. Like Dallas, I think we hit 40K stream viewers, and CoD Championship is like expected to hit over 100,000 easily. It's $1 million tournament. That's what everyone's waiting for. And I think all the teams have qualified now. All 32 teams.
They dropped our flag.
And they've all qualified, and basically the way they're doing it is it's going to be pool play. And I can't remember if it's 8 pools of 4 or 4 pools of 8, but basically
we have the enemy
from
flag.
Each pool will move forward and play. I think it's a best of 5 double elimination to the finals. So it will basically be how champ bracket was at MLG Dallas. And the maps are a little different.
Lightning strike on standby.
I think in the rotation, like Hijack is still in there.
Orders.
So I mean, what's your like opinion on that verdict? Seeing as like these teams don't really practice those maps because they weren't in rotation for MLG Dallas.
Well, I personally like Hijack. I'm assuming it's just gonna be hardpoint because that's what it was. So I personally liked Hijack solely because of the little shotgun part at the bottom. I usually went in on that. I have a couple videos on my channel of me on that map and that little shotgun at the bottom. But I personally think that the addition of that map into the rotation might add a little bit more of a, I don't want to say completely random outcome of the match, but let's just say it came down to a 5th map between 2 teams. In a hardpoint on Hijacked, I feel like there would be more of a chance for a not as good hardpoint team. For example, Optic isn't the best hardpoint team, as most of us probably know. And what's a good hardpoint team? Farico's a good hardpoint team. So like an Optic versus Farico on Hijacked may have different results solely because of the fact that that map isn't practiced as much by the pro teams than maybe, for example, a hardpoint on this map, Slums, or possibly Standoff. What do you think?
Like, I'm curious, I don't really pay attention to the EGL and the other kind of tournaments that happen out of North America. But I'm curious, are these other teams practicing? They use different settings and map rotations than we do at Dallas. So my question is, are these Europe teams and South Asian teams and all these other teams, are they practicing Hijack? Like, do they have an advantage over our North American teams? That's the question.
That's a good point. one little quick note I want to point out here, real quick, that's just interesting with the teams that qualified again is there are actually going to be 3 Farico teams attending the CoD Championships because not only could you qualify through Dallas and through league play, but there were, I think, 2 events in Europe that you could qualify through as well if you lived over there. So actually 2 other Farico teams other than our United States, or I guess I should say North America since Karma is from Canada, are NA Farico team. There's also going to be 2 teams from Europe coming, so I thought that was pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, man, I definitely will put Farico in the top 3. Now, I'm not going to say which Farico. I just have a feeling that Farico definitely has a chance at top 3. And I mean, I think they're all under the same organization.
They are.
Right? It's just separate competitive teams. So I mean, we're gonna have to see, man. What's your prediction and who do you see maybe top 5 depending on the round robin? We don't really know at this point, but like if you just had to pick 5 teams, like where would you put that?
Top 5. Considering I don't know any of the European teams, I'm gonna do top 5 North American teams right now because once again I don't know any of the European teams or their skill level. But top 5 in no order, I'm gonna have to go with Farico. Still gonna be top 5. Unite, I don't know for sure because actually Clayster is the only person on Unite that can actually attend CoD Championships, I believe, because he's the only person above 17. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how that's gonna work. So he actually has to find 3 other teammates, which I'm sure he can find 3 teammates that would want to play with him because he went off at Dallas, and I'm sure a lot of teams would be interested in playing with him at CoD Championships, but I don't know for sure if that chemistry will be there where they can take like a top 5 spot.
Enemy flag acquired.
Now, one other, well, I guess I got 4 more to name, but I also think Complexity will probably place top 5, and, you know, because I'm pretty sure they all can go, and they're obviously a pretty strong team. They took 4th at Dallas, so they're obviously going to be a pretty strong team. I don't know how they'll match up against the EU teams, once again, because I don't know any of them, but I think they'll do well enough to place top 5. I'm also going to have to put Envious in there with them, and also Optic, because I'm pretty sure those 2 teams can also go with their full rosters, and that's honestly a really big deal, guys. It might not seem like a big deal because you might think these people can just go together or go out and put together a God squad of the people that actually can attend, but the chemistry there just won't be there, and they might not be as used to playing with each other, and that could affect them big time. So these full teams are probably going to have a pretty huge advantage against the teams that are not full. So I think I've named 4 so far. I got Farico, Complexity, Envious, and Optic. And my last team, gonna have to go with, I'm gonna have to go with Quantic from the NA because I don't know any other teams. Quantic or Fear. I know Fear's a pretty good team, and I was kind of surprised they didn't place top 8. But can anyone from Fear not go? I'm pretty sure everyone from Fear.
Yeah, John actually,
John is 17.
Everyone knows is only 16.
Okay.
But he turned 17 in 8 days. It was 28. So I mean, he's definitely allowed to go.
All right, so
he just slid by it.
So if John can go, I believe Fear could probably place pretty well. So I'm gonna split my 5th decision between Fear and Quantic, at least from the NA. And I cannot stress enough that I don't know any of the EU teams, and I'm not trying to put them down. I just don't know them enough to actually make a prediction on them. So what are your thoughts for the and predictions for the CoD Championships?
And I think definitely in the top 5 are going to be a few EU and there's other teams like there's teams from like Brazil and stuff. Pastro's talking about it, but I definitely see them there. But also I don't know. I know a few of them, I guess. But I don't know if they qualified or not. But I guess we're going to see how they pan out. And I'm looking at Fear was at a disadvantage before Dallas started off
acquired.
because they just got a team house. They didn't have internet. They couldn't really practice. Envy was at a disadvantage because Rambo just moved. These are teams you're going to see that do huge plays that no one expected.
We have
So I'm putting Optic in the top 5 because I'm an Optic fan. We're going to see Envy. We're going to see Fear. They're working on their hardpoint game. These are teams that have all been practicing, and they've only been home from Dallas for like 3 days. So that's 3 right there. I'm gonna throw Unite because I think Clay's gonna do some good pickups. I want to see Soar hit top 5. To be honest, such a young team growing, and they now have pro status. So definitely Soar. And my last pick, if I can say one more, is gonna be in there. Is gonna be VVV. They're just nasty.
We've captured the enemy.
I don't know for sure about. I'm pretty sure Methods can't go for Soar, and VVV. I don't know if anyone is not old enough to go. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this dual commentary. As you can see, I go 48-13 in this gameplay, and GamBiT down there goes 43-13. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to drop a like, and if you would like to see more in the future, be sure to subscribe. Peace.